Hello, my name is Francisco Betancourt. I'm a therapist working at Cristina, Panaccione and Associates here in the South Hills. I'm a master's level therapist. I am a licensed professional counselor. I have specialties in addiction, in trauma, couples, and in grief. Today I actually wanted to talk a little bit more about the grief specialty. Grief, let's just say first off, is a normal process. It happens to most of us, if not all of us, at some point in our lives, whether we want it or not. Grief is a loss of something loved, of something close. It is different from bereavement. You might have heard that term, grief, bereavement, and maybe the difference between the two is something that you don't know. Grief is more about the internal, emotional experience of a loss, while bereavement is more of the external way that grief is portrayed. Some cultures utilize rituals, such as a funeral. Others have celebrations of life. There's different ways to do the bereavement part, but today I really want to focus more on the grief aspect. A lot of times when people experience grief, they report that they feel like they're going crazy. They feel like they lost a bit of their identity. They don't know who they are anymore. They don't know where they're going. They don't know what to do. Especially after maybe a more debilitating loss, like a loss of a parent, loss of a sibling, loss of a child. There is also something called disenfranchised grief, which some communities, they don't have as much, awareness of. Disenfranchised grief is more like the loss of a pet. It's the loss of a job. It could be the loss of a friend who hasn't died, but just isn't in your life anymore. All of those experiences are losses, and all of those losses can have emotional consequences, painful emotional consequences. And unfortunately, sometimes when you deal with pain like that, everyone deals with pain differently, but it can isolate you. It can put you in a place where you don't want to interact with the world. You just want to crawl into a hole and kind of disappear. And that's definitely not a healthy way to grieve. And I would like to invite you to, hopefully talk about those experiences and find a way to move forward in life. And I would love to make myself available for that experience. Here at Cristina, Panaccione and Associates, I would love to help you find your way through that journey, really, of grief. I utilize a method of treatment that focuses more on tasks of grieving versus stages. The reason for that is because a lot of people think that there are these concrete things that need to happen in a person's process of grief. And the reality is grief is a lot more complicated than that. Instead of stages, I really focus on helping somebody kind of understand the loss, to help eventually come to a place of acceptance with the loss, and eventually find some kind of enduring connection with that loss while moving forward in life. You don't have to say goodbye. Hopefully we can meet, hopefully we can talk about that if that's something that's going on in your life. You can call us at 412-439-1416 or reach out online at www.cpa-counseling.com.